The issue of deplorable roads or bad roads remain topical in the country due to its impact on the economy in general, as well as the health of the populace. Now, it is so much of a subject that even members of parliament have joined in the calls by residents in various areas for the state or government to move in to fix or complete or construct some of these bad roads. Now, if you've been following the news, there's the issue with the Medina MP, Francis Xavier Susu, who led a demonstration within his constituency that has subsequently resulted in criminal summons being secured by the Ghana Police Service against him for him to appear in court to answer some questions. On this edition of the Citi Newsroom, we're throwing the spotlight on the 4.6 kilometer Farm Milk Junction to Amamole Road in the Ghana North municipality. We're starting off from the Omanjor Dwenewoho area where there is a bridge. Now the road all the way from the top, it's sloppy, it's undulating, full of synclines and anticlines, creating so much discomfort for commuters, residents in the area due to the dusty nature in the dry season. And of course, it gets extra muddy when it rains. But you're in for a surprise if you think that is all there is to the bad nature of the road. This danger sign located here welcomes you to the surprise of your life. This is supposed to be a bridge. Now, when you're coming up from the top, you would think it's fine. A bridge for which a vehicle can cross. But mind you, the bridge ends right here. After you get off this side, it cuts off. So imagine a vehicle plying this road at night for the first time, an unsuspecting driver on this particular road, in the absence of this danger sign. You can make the conclusions for yourself. Clearly the roads are bad. How do you survive here?
It's a very big problem. We cannot survive. We cannot survive. I can remember that every last month there's a big rain. That rain, I'm telling you, I cannot cross. You can see the people at the back of the water. It's very bad for us. It's a big problem. Even all of us, the people that are living here, we are blaming Moses and him. He's honorable here. He's honorable. Me.
That's the MP for the area.
The MP for this area. Me myself, I vote for MPP. To be frank. I have his number on my phone. To be frank, it's very painful. You can see what is going on here. If there's a little rain crack, you cannot cross. If you look at the cars, how the way the cars are climbing, they want something to happen. They want somebody to die. They want to cause an accident before they will rise up and say, oh, let us go and do it. Let us go and do it. We Ghanaians, we have a big problem. Always we want the thing to happen. When the thing happens, somebody die. Before we wake up, that let us go and do it.
So on this stretch are a number of commercial motor riders. They also have their own experience to share with respect to the nature of the road.
Oh, me adwuma achepa ehaya na metinti me kwan we so na me adwuma.
Na adwuma na te se unya nipa.
Adwuma no enhye da nko esane se ye kwan no enye nti. Wa wo hwe ye kwan na kwan no ase kura e na ban no so omwa ye ha kwan ne de kwan na se nsuo to a entimi nko ba bia.
Me mente habi mahu bi de mani ahu mo se kwan ne nye but wo na ye adwuma wo so cheche o how ben sa na mo fam.
O how aye fam de e bebre nsuo to a cars entimi mba ye ha e na ye motor rider nsunsun ye entimi mfa motor no nko ba bia asanse nsuo agye ye kwan ne nyina. Aha wudi agura nsuo be fa wonti nsuo to aye nko ba bia ye kwan ne de ase.
Chief mami misao so ye adwuma o kwan we so wo hu ne say
but ye kwan ne de nye kura because special hu ase wonu na baby a bridge no na nsuo to a obi antumi nko motor kura antumi mba kan antumi mba ji some basi passengers no ansana secondly oba eni wan so a honum nyina tutu nsuo to a ji se cars no ko fa obi fi ansana ba another station ase cars in cars ni na mo ba on be see passengers no enjoy because on your bus stop hand your bus stop the passengers ni cars ni na mutumi fight sa drivers na mutumi fight sa
Who adwuma no bike here okay how ben sa na de bro.
oh motor de ye di adwuma but ekwan no uko udi motor de adwuma be se 1 week I just saw the cost shop wakwa because ye tie ni nyina tube uko second snapper because of ekwan ni nye.
Well, there's what looks like or is supposed to be a station here for commercial transport. But when you get here, it's virtually empty. All you see is a vehicle at a time. We want to speak to the station master and find out why the situation is so. And then as Musi High Station, and so ya baha wuka bia bakwa baba saying na bakwa baba say didn't net sir.
Oh, and you fintina it is because a kwanu nye first ne cars babebre but the say no cars no mobile send a kwanu nye ntino seconds ne car no asay as over bibia seconds spring abu until my first year kita cars crab 70 they say cars I was see around 20 until a high up to Farmer Junction. Kwanu de no way so to obi antimi nante so obi wo kra abro afo no de yeso awom owo yachi anse na de atwa so gota kakaka afi gota no omo ya mayen so no gota no swa nso to a nyinyina aye masa na abubu sa na kwa amanfo fie amanfo dem in fact ye brewa ha ye sra ban se won bomodi amboy na ye station no anye station because ye break cars in Babium. A man for Benanti Africa, I call Omanjor and Saramako Fruka because of a quantity casino, almost bar seconds, as of Abu, Spring Abu, we are say, engineer, problem, or fun so we must see a pecano becao on to me Babium.
It's quite clear the challenges associated with the bumpy nature of the road. But for residents who live here, who have to ply this particular route 24 hours, 7 days a week, what do they really make of the road? Let's find out from them how difficult it is moving to and fro on this particular road. Thank you for joining us on the Citi Newsroom. How long have you lived in this neighborhood?
I've been in this neighborhood for close to 15 years now. Yes, and then the poor nature of this road, particularly this bridge, has been the same. The only improvement we have seen is the construction of this bridge, which has rather become a death trap rather than being a positive solution to residents of Omanjor Dwenewoho. This particular bridge, this junction we are standing at is the Ball Close Junction. So this is where most of the rainwater from up there passes. Okay, and then last year, October, it happened that there were in fact rains that caused a lot of havoc in this area, and then the sand around or the gravels around this particular bridge got washed off. It then was left with just a thin strip of land for only motorbikes and then pedestrians to use. The drivers were unable to use this particular bridge. Those coming from Omanjor were stuck over here. They had to use alternative routes, that is going through Olebu, and then some went through Asofan to access town. Those coming from Omanjor were also unable to come to Dwenewoho. Drivers who ply this route had to park behind this bridge. Then passengers or commuters would walk all the way from their homes and then board the vehicles over here. What we had as a solution then was the bringing of gravels. So if you can look at this particular end, yes, that is the level the gravels got to. The assemblyman informed me that this particular...
Who brought the gravels?
The assemblyman. With the help of the assemblyman, they brought some gravels. The assemblyman for the Omanjor electoral area, Mr. Ellis Niado. Yes. So they brought the gravels as a temporary solution. A year now, the story has come back to where it was before. The rains have set in and have washed away all the gravels as well. In fact, when it rains, the amount of rainwater that passes through the gutter is far lesser than the one that passes on the road. So if it rains and you get here, believe you me, you cannot use this bridge. You would have to go back and then use Olebu to access your home. That is if you stay at Dwenewoho. If you are coming from Dwenewoho as well, you will be unable to use this bridge.
So we've seen this Aboboya struggling to climb the bridge.
Yes.
Is this a natural scene here? Something?
Yes, that is what happens. That is what happens most of the time. If you are a first timer here, if you are not careful, you may fall in this hole. And the only savior now is this danger sign we are seeing over there to alert unsuspecting drivers and then first time drivers or first time users of this particular road.
Who puts the sign here?
I don't really know who put this sign here. I just came to meet it one day. Okay. Yes, I don't really know who put it there, but it is the only solution we have now. Day in, day out, there are schools around who ply this route by picking their children to and from school. They use this route with huge buses. Parents and residents as well use this route every day. Who knows what may happen one day when a bus falls into this ditch? That wouldn't be the best of things we would want as residents of Omanjor Dwenewoho.
Well, as residents, what moves or have you made or what steps have you taken to have the situation addressed?
All right, so personally, I have numerously contacted the assemblyman, and the story is we have this contract given to a contractor. He's supposed to come to site and then work, but as at now, we have not seen anything. So now, the next action we are going to take is to embark on a peaceful protest. Yes, we are going to embark on a peaceful protest to register our displeasure at the way we residents of Omanjor Dwenewoho have been neglected totally. Yes, there are other communities that have better roads. At least give us something that we can know that in the end we will have a complete and then a better road. But if we have this, then I don't think we are being treated fairly.
When do you intend embarking on this demonstration, and have you contacted the police?
Yes, possibly we fixed the 13th of November to embark on this demonstration. We'll be contacting the police shortly. We have a letter ready. Various opinion leaders have consented to this protest and then have appended their signatures. So sooner or later the police will be notified, and surely it will be done more than 5 days to the scheduled date as the law demands we do.
Well, it appears some construction work was started. You can see some laterites on the road. Some what looks like gutters were being constructed, but ever since they've been abandoned, you can see the level of devastation caused by the rains and erosion. Literally, there are gutters under gutters. When you go up and you get to the front of the chief's palace, we understand that's the Zongo chief of Omanjor. Where you get to the front of his palace, you come across what could easily pass for ponds, 4 of them. And we understand that the situation is even worse when it rains. It takes about a month for the water that gathers within these potholes to recede for commuters to be able to ply the road. And so the alternative is to go through the community a longer stretch, come back and connect at another junction. Well, we are fortunate to have chanced on the municipal road engineer for the Ghana North Assembly, who is supervising some work in the area. And so we want to find out from him really the stretch we are on, and of course some details as to the work he's supervising. Thank you for joining us on the Citi Newsroom. Can you tell us what stretch are we on?
We are on Asofa Amemole stretch. The total length of this road is 1.2 to join the Awoshi, Pokwase major arterial road. And then as at now, the road was deplorable, so the assembly have taken it upon itself to make it motorable for the drivers to use it. So as at now, we are gravel and then we are compacting so that the road become motorable for the drivers to access it.
From the Amomole Road to the Farm Milk side, it's really terrible. The residents are really complaining about the nature of that road. Are there any plans to work on that stretch?
Yes, that stretch has been awarded to a contractor. He came and did the drainage works. As I'm speaking to you now, he has raised IPS, waiting for our bosses to honor the certificate. And then as I'm speaking to you now, he's going to mobilize money from his bankers and then come to site. I have been told that they will soon return to the site and then commence work again.
There's a bridge there that I mean, when it's actually a death trap. Have you seen this bridge? And what can be done in the interim to prevent, for want of a better word, a disaster?
Oh yes, the bridge we are talking of, it is within our plans that we will go and then do the covert approaches. We will fill both sizes and then make it accessible.
All right, thank you very much. So that's the municipal engineer for the Ghana North Assembly, who is actually supervising some work on another stretch of the road. That's the Asufa stretch. And he tells us that there are indeed plans to fix or to do some repair or maintenance works on the Amomole to Farm Milk stretch. Few hours after we left the place, the rains set in. And after about an hour and 30 minutes downpour, this is the situation residents and commuters along the Omanjor Dwenewoho road have to contend with.